we record this closing stock? Once in trading account and other time in balance sheet. What is the format of trading account? So you'll be having debit as well as credit side. Under debit side, expenses or losses amount, and in the credit side, revenue or gain as well as amount. The items in the trial balance should come once in your solution and the adjustment have to come twice in your solution. Hello everyone, I am Harshita, lecturer, Department of Commerce, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. My dear students, today we are in the third session of Unit 5 of the subject Financial Accounting 1, and this is for first sem BCom students. So your Unit 5 is all about final accounts of sole trading concern. So in our previous session, we have already discussed about trading account, profit and loss account as well as balance sheet individually. So let us quickly recall what we have discussed in our previous session. So in a previous session, I have covered this topic, that is problems on profit and loss account as well as balance sheet. So till now we have learned how we are going to individually prepare trading account, profit and loss account as well as balance sheet. So all these three are the financial statements of a sole trading concern. In today's session, we shall solve a problem where we have to prepare all these financial statements together. So let us see how we have to solve. So go through the problem here. From the following trial balance, prepare trading and profit and loss account for the year ending 31st March 2016 and balance sheet as on that date. They are asking us to prepare the financial statement, that is trading and profit and loss account as well as balance sheet on 31st March 2016. Now they have given certain items here, name of the account and debit as well as credit. So this is a trial balance they have given and they have given certain adjustments. Now we shall see where we have to record all these. So you might be familiar about it now because we have already prepared this trading account, profit and loss account as well as balance sheet individually. So let us see where we have to record this. Now capital, so where do we record? We will record in the balance sheet. Drawings, we have to deduct from the capital in the balance sheet. Purchases and sales, we will record in the trading account. Okay. Next one, stock 1/4/2015 they have given. It's nothing but opening stock because the date is 1/4/2015 because our year ending is 31st March 2016. So we'll record in trading account. Returns they have given. So we know what is a purchase. So purchase amount is 8,900 and sales amount is 15,000. Returns, so here you have to be very careful. Purchase returns and sales return. So whatever which is there in the debit side, so this will be the sales return. So this is sales return and this will be the purchase return. Whereas here when considering the purchase, debit side will be purchase and credit side will be sales. Okay, so this you have to be careful. So returns, where do we record? In the trading account where we have to deduct the returns. Next, wages, it is a direct expense, we will record in trading account. Next, building, it is an asset, we will record in the balance sheet. Freight charges, so where we record? We will record in the trading account. Next, trade expenses, that is in the profit and loss account. Advertisement, profit and loss account. Interest they have given. So let us see whether it is interest received or interest paid. Now here the amount is in the credit side, in the sense it is been received. So where do we record interest? So we'll record in profit and loss account. Next, taxes and insurance, it is an indirect expense, we'll record in profit and loss account. Debtors and creditors, so it is an asset as well as liability. Now the amount in the debit side is debtors, now this is debtors and this one is creditors. Credit side will be the creditors. So where do we record? In the balance sheet. Next, bills receivable and bills payable. So debit side it is bills receivable. Now this is bills receivable and the credit side is bills payable. Now this is asset as well as liability. So we'll record in the balance sheet. Cash at bank. So what it is? It is an asset. So balance sheet. Cash in hand. So this is also an asset, balance sheet. salaries. So what is salary? Indirect expenses. So we did record in profit and loss account. Next, they have given total 48,000 and 48,000. So hope you are clear with this. Always remember the items in the trial balance has to come once in your solution. Okay. Now coming to the adjustments. So they have given certain adjustment here where while preparing this trading profit and loss account, we have to make this adjustment. And remember, these adjustments have to come twice in your solution. Okay. So stock on 31st March 2016. It's nothing but what? Closing stock. So this is closing stock. So where do we record this closing stock? Once in trading account and other time in balance sheet. Okay, next one. Insurance prepaid to the extent of rupees 100. Now, insurance is an indirect expense. So, we have to record in profit and loss account and once in the balance sheet. That is prepaid expenses. So, what it is? It is an asset. So, we'll record in the balance sheet. Next, outstanding salaries. So, salary is an indirect expense. So, we'll record in profit and loss account and outstanding salary is a liability. So, we have to record in the balance sheet. Next, depreciate building. So, depreciation is what? It is an indirect expense. So, record in profit and loss account and we have to deduct in the balance sheet. Next one, provide PDD at debtors at 5% on debtors. So, PDD is what? It is an indirect expense. So, we have to record in profit and loss account and minus from the debtors in the balance sheet. So, hope you are clear about all these adjustments. As I told you, the items in the trial balance should come once in your solution and the adjustment have to come twice in your solution. Okay, now we shall directly go through the solution here. So, first we have to prepare trading and profit and loss account for the year ending 31st March 2016. So, what is the format of trading account? So, you will be having debit as well as credit side. Under debit side, expenses or losses amount, and in the credit side, revenue or gain as well as amount. Now, how do you start your trading account? So, we'll start with opening stock. Now, what is the opening stock they have given? Yes, opening stock is 1,200. So, record that opening stock 1,200. Next, two purchases. So, two purchases less returns. Now, what is a purchase here? So, purchase is 8,900 minus returns. So, returns is 450. 8,900 minus 450. So, purchase is 8,900 minus 450. You will get 8,450. Next, you will record all the direct expenses, correct? So, two opening stock, two purchases, less returns to all direct expenses. Now, let us see which are the direct expenses we have. We have wages here. So, wages is 800 and one more is freight charges 2,000. So, no more adjustment on wages as well as freight charges. So, write it directly. So, to wages 800, to freight charges 2,000. So, we are done with the debit side. Now, coming to the credit side, how do we record? By sales, less returns and by closing stock. Now, let us see what is the sales. So, sales is how much? That is 15,000 minus sales returns 280. So, 15,000 minus 280, so you'll get 14,720. That is sales less returns. Next, we will record the closing stock. So, what is the closing stock? They'll give in the adjustment. How much? 10,000. So, closing stock 10,000. So, for this you have to know the format. Only this much you will record in your trading account. So, this is the trading account and the continuation will be profit and loss account. Here I have not continued because there is no sufficient space where full profit and loss account will be finished. So, I'll continue in the next slide. Okay. So, this is about your trading account. Now, you have to balance both the side. So, the total of credit side will be 24,720. Whereas, debit side it is less because we have 1,200, 8,450, 800 as well as 2,000. So, that you will get a balancing figure is how much? 12,270. So, how do we get? 24,720 minus 2,000 minus 800 minus 8,450 minus 1,200. So, this will be the balancing figure. Now what it is, your credit side is more than debit side. So what does it mean? It is gross profit. So write gross profit carried down. So this gross profit has to be carried down to profit and loss account. So it is a continuation here. So how we have to do? We got the gross profit of rupees 12,270. So bring that gross profit. So gross profit brought down. So we have to continue with gross profit brought down 12,270. Next, in the debit side, you will record all the indirect expenses, and in the credit side, indirect income. Now go through the trial balance. So which are the indirect expenses we have? So we'll start with trade expenses, or first we shall record the salaries. So salaries is how much? 800. But see whether there is any adjustment on salary. Yes, there is a outstanding salary. So always remember, when there is outstanding salary, you have to add outstanding salary. So if there is any prepaid expenses, you have to deduct prepaid expenses. If there is outstanding expenses, add. If there is prepaid expenses, minus. So record that salary 800, add outstanding salary 200, outer column it will be 1000. Next, you record all the indirect expenses. So coming here, we have what? That is trade expenses. How much? 200. So any adjustment on trade expenses? No. So write directly 200. Next one, advertisement 240. So record 240 directly because we don't have any other adjustment. Next one, after advertisement, yes, interest we have. So what it is? This is interest received. So it is an income. So write in the credit side of profit and loss account. So interest, how much? 650. Now coming to the next one, after interest we have taxes and insurance 430. But there is an adjustment on taxes and insurance, that is prepaid insurance. So what you have to do? Minus prepaid insurance. So how do we record? Taxes and insurance 430 minus insurance prepaid 100. So that you will get 330. Next one, after taxes and insurance. So these are all comes under balance sheet. So we have recorded salaries also. Now we are done with the items in the trial balance. Now make sure that all these items, whether we have recorded at least once in trading and profit and loss account. Because I have told you it should come twice in the solution. So once it has to be recorded in trading profit and loss account and once in the balance sheet. So here closing stock we have recorded in trading account once. Other time it comes in the balance sheet. Insurance prepaid, of course we have deducted this, correct? Next one, outstanding salary we have added once. Depreciation we have not recorded. So we have to record in profit and loss account. That is in the debit side. So how do we record? To depreciation on building. So what is the value of building? So here building value is 22,000 and what is the percentage? That is 5%. So 22,000 into 5%. So we'll get how much? 1,100. Next one, provide PDD at 5% on debtors they have given. So what is the value of debtors? So debtors value is, that is 6,500. So 6,500 into 5%. So it is an expense you will record in the debit side. So PDD, provision for doubtful debts. So 6,500 into 5%. So you'll get 325. So then which are the other items? Yes, we are done with all the items at least once in a trading profit and loss account. Now what you have to do? You have to balance your profit and loss account and the balancing figure will be net profit or net loss. So how we are going to balance? So balance both the sides. So if you see the balance here, in the credit side it is 12,920, whereas in the debit side you will get a balancing figure of 9,725. That is 12,920 minus all these items. So we'll get 9,725. So what is it? Your credit side is more than debit side. It means what? Net profit. So net profit transferred to capital account or net profit transferred to balance sheet. So this is how you are going to prepare your trading profit and loss account. Now we shall move on to the preparation of balance sheet. So write the heading balance sheet as at 31st March 2016. Now you have to see what are the items that comes under assets and the items in the liabilities, and if there is any adjustment, we have to make those adjustments. Now we shall directly go through the assets first. So first go through the trial balance, which are the assets we have left here. Yes, leave about capital and drawings. We are coming for the assets. Yes, building. So what is the value of building? 22,000. But there is an adjustment on building, that is depreciation by 5%. So you have to minus that depreciation. Anyhow, you have calculated in profit and loss account, correct? So what is the value of depreciation? 1,100. So in your asset side, how do you write? Building, the total value is 22,000 minus depreciation 1,100. That will be written in the outer column. So building 22,000 minus depreciation 1,100. So outer column 20,900. In the same way, go through the next asset. So which is the next asset after building? Yes, we have debtors 6,500. But there is a provision, correct? Provision of 5%. So minus that provision. So how do we write? So what is the provision amount? 325. So how do we write? Debtors 6,500 minus provision 325. So debtors 6,500 less PDD 325. So outer column 6,175. And the next one. Next asset after debtors. So we have bills receivable 1,500. So there is no changes in bills receivable because there is no adjustment on bills receivable. So it remains same. We will directly write in the asset side of the balance sheet. So bills receivable how much? 1,500. Next one, after bills receivable we have cash at bank and cash in hand. That is 1,200 as well as 190. So there is no changes. So write directly in the balance sheet. So cash at bank 1,200, cash in hand 190. Next one. So next asset. So we are done with the trial balance. But go through the adjustment. Which are the assets we have? Yes, prepaid insurance. So prepaid expense is an asset. So how much? 100. And we have closing stock also 10,000. So I have told you we have to record in the balance sheet closing stock. Closing stock is an asset. So write in the asset side. And prepaid expenses, that is prepaid insurance, it is an asset. So write in the asset side of the balance sheet. So how do you record? Closing stock 10,000, prepaid insurance 100. Next, any other assets? Outstanding salary is a liability. So we'll record in the liability side. Depreciation we have taken. PDD we have taken. Now come to the liabilities. So which are the liabilities we have? So we have capital drawings, correct? So using this, how we have to write? Capital, add net profit minus drawings. So we shall take that capital. So capital 30,000, add net profit. So what is the net profit we got? 9,725. Add net profit, so I'll get 39,725 minus drawings. So drawings is 1,760. So I'll get 37,965. Now coming to the next one. So we are done with capital as well as drawings. Next liability is what? That is creditors. So creditors is 1,200. There is no changes in creditors. So write it as directly creditors 1,200. Next one, we have bills payable. How much? 700. So write bills payable because there is no adjustment on bills payable. So bills payable, that is 700. Next, which are the other liabilities we have? Yes, we are done in the trial balance. And one more liability is left, that is outstanding salary. It is an liability, that is outstanding expenses. So write that 200. So outstanding salary 200. Now add all the amount in the liability. So we'll get 40,065. In the same way, the total of assets should also be equal to total of liability. So if you add all the assets, there also you'll get 40,065. So this is how you are going to prepare your trading profit and loss account as well as balance sheet at the end of the financial year. So always remember, trading account will start with 2 opening stock, 2 purchases, less returns to all direct expenses, and in the credit side by closing stock, that is by sales, less returns. So you'll get gross profit or gross loss. Next, the continuation will be profit and loss account, where you will start with gross profit or gross loss, and you will record all the indirect expenses or indirect income so that you will get net profit or net loss. Now coming to the balance sheet, you will record all the assets as well as all the liabilities. If there is any adjustment, you have to make those adjustments. So this is how you are going to prepare the financial statement. So in my next session, I am going to solve one more problem on final accounts of a sole trading concern. So let us see how we have to solve that. So my dear students, hope you have understood today's session. See you all in my next session with a new topic. Till then, take care. Thank you.